And then the third rule that I would say is talk about it. You've got these amazing mentors that are making themselves available to you, right? And it's not just the folks in this room. You know that they're really, really talented musically, but they have so many other things to offer you. So ask them questions about why did they make the decisions that they made, right? Even if you're on a gig, right? Can you take a look at the budget, right? You're in a really enviable position that people will open up to you because you're still in the student phase. Take advantage of that. Ask lots of questions. The only one that benefits from us not understanding the finances of our profession is someone else, right? It's not
For every
us.
performing artist, there is a moment of confidence when you have to walk on stage, and I think Aiden, we were talking about you kind of shaking in your boots a little bit at that vocal lines where you guys got thrown in the fire. I mean, that's big time, and lots writing on those shows. So how do you have that kind of confidence? Well, you can have confidence because you just think you're the big darn deal. That's one way. Another confidence is that because other people tell you, maybe you're a really big fish in a small pond and everybody tells you you're awesome. But the real way to have confidence on stage is know what you're doing. Know your material, be absolutely sure that you know what you're doing. That's the way to have confidence. And then no matter what happens, because the truth is when you're on stage doing live performance of any kind, anything can happen. Stuff that you can't control. I mean, they've got the game on right over your head with the sound on. I mean, have anybody been there?
If you could boil the idea of business in a capitalist society, business down to the most fundamental unit of it, what is that unit?
Profit.
Profit is an idea. Time. Even go smaller. Supply and demand. That's it. That's the whole thing. The entire thing is supply and demand. I recently moved to New York City, and I'm a trombone player. And I moved to New York City, and they're like, you got to go to the jam sessions. You got to go do this, and you got to go be like the best jazz trombone player you can do. I'm like, okay, put my case on, walk into Smalls, go in there, and I hear somebody just like, I was like, that person's gonna get the call. That person's gonna get the call. I start emailing venues around town, and I go, I have this project that I really want to bring to your venue, and all this kind of stuff. Here's my music. They're like, oh, wow, cool, it sounds great. So do the 51 other projects I have in line before you. So the supply is high of jazz trombone players. The supply is high of projects to be hired at a place. But how do we start minimizing that? How do we make the supply go down and the demand go up? That's the whole equation. And I would say the best way to do that is through investment, as Chris was talking about, but investment in things that aren't necessarily monetary, which Chris also talked about. What are some ideas of things to invest in other than just monetary, other than just money? Relationships. Marketing. Skill sets. Erin said your body, your mind, your spirit. All these types of things is where you need to be dumping everything into, especially at this age. Realistically, I'm not that much older than you guys. It's crazy that I'm up here right now. But I want to touch on each of those. What I wrote down here is the things that are important to invest in right now are your network, your mind, your body, your spirit, and exploration, which is one of the most important ones, because it's through exploration that I've made my supply go down to just me and the demand of me go up.